The startling errors that people make when consuming sardines. One of the few seafood varieties that naturally maintain extremely low mercury levels is sardines. They are therefore frequently among the healthiest and safest options available to you. Your heart, brain, and even bones will benefit greatly from these tiny fish. They are rich in calcium, protein, omega-3 fatty acids, and other vitamins that your body needs. The problem is that most individuals make a few major blunders that reduce the advantages, ruin the flavor, and occasionally even have an adverse effect on their health. Take a moment to consider it. Are you certain that you are selecting the correct type of sardines from the shelf when you purchase them? Do you inadvertently let leftovers spoil, or do you preserve them properly? Have you ever thought it might be healthier to rinse sardines before eating them? And now for the most important query. Is the portion that genuinely has the most nutrients being thrown out? In actuality, people tend to ignore sardines due of their subsequent handling rather than the contents of the can. These little fish lose their healthiness before they have a chance to benefit your body due to storage errors and cooking errors. We'll go over the typical errors individuals make when handling sardines in this video. Some might not seem like much at first, but you'll realize how important they are once you know why. You'll understand how to savor sardines the way they were intended to be consumed by the end. I have a short favor to ask before we dive in. To become a part of our community of healthy eaters, hit the like button and subscribe. To let us know you agree with us, please put yes in the comments if you're interested in videos like this. Okay, let's get started. The first mistake was discarding the bones. Pulling the little bones out of sardines is one of the most frequent mistakes. It may seem like the proper thing to do at first. After all, bones from larger fish can be jagged, bothersome, and even dangerous. Sardines, however, are unique. Their bones are delicate, safe to chew, and entirely edible. They are pressure-cooked during the canning process until they are so tender that most people aren't even aware of them. The big secret is right here. There's a lot of nourishment in those little bones. When it comes to seafood, they are among the best natural sources of calcium. You may get more than 1/3 of your daily calcium requirements from just one serving of sardines, which is necessary to maintain healthy teeth, strong bones, and functioning muscles. They also include vitamin D, which aids in the absorption of that calcium by your body. The best combination for maintaining bone health, particularly as we age, is calcium and vitamin D. Not only is it more effort for you, but you're also wasting nutrients that your body needs when you remove the bones. You don't even taste them, to be honest. The bones are well integrated into the fish. Many habitual sardine eaters are unable to distinguish between the meat and bones. Yes, some businesses sell deboned sardines, but because the deboning procedure harms the fish, they are typically more expensive and appear split apart. In other words, you're spending more money for worse looks and less nourishment. The answer is straightforward. Save the bones. Once you start eating them, they are safe, incredibly nourishing, and almost undetectable. Consider them an added benefit that makes sardines one of the healthiest foods available. The ninth error is selecting water-packed rather than oil-packed. In the grocery aisle, one of the most significant errors occurs. Choose sardines that are packed in water rather than oil. Water-packed seems like the healthier choice at first. Lighter taste, less calories, right? Here's the reality, though. You lose out on flavor and nutrients when you choose for water instead of oil. Healthy fats, particularly omega-3 fatty acids, are abundant in sardines by nature. These are the same fats that keep the fish wet, protect your heart, reduce inflammation, and improve your body's use of omega-3 fatty acids. Nevertheless, water is not good for the fish. Over time, sardines in water can become bland, dry, or even metallic. The reason for this is that water cannot stop the fish's natural oils from degrading. The nutrients and flavor diminish when they oxidize. On the other hand, oil serves as a barrier, extending the shelf life and flavor of sardines. Sardines and olive oil actually taste better the longer they sit, according to several foodies. Sardines and oil do include extra calories, but they are wonderful, nutritious fats that are good for your body. It's a minor decision that has a significant impact. Choose sardines in high-quality oil rather than those in water-packed tins if you want sardines that taste fantastic and provide you with the most nutrients. The eighth mistake is leaving open cans out for too long. Almost everyone has made the mistake of keeping an open can of sardines out for too long. Cans that haven't been opened can last for years, but as soon as you open them, time runs out. Sardines decompose as soon as they come into contact with air. The beneficial omega-3 fats, which are the main reason most of us consume sardines in the first place, are broken down when the healthful oils inside begin to oxidize, changing the flavor as well. This implies that they will taste worse and provide you with less nutrition the longer they sit. What they're packed in determines how long they last. In water, sardines degrade the fastest, typically in a day. Oil-soaked ones keep well in the refrigerator for 2 to 3 days. You could extend it to 4 days if they're in tomato sauce. After a week, though, you can't disregard this guideline. Sardines of any kind are rotten and dangerous to consume. Leaving them in the open can is another frequent error. After being exposed, the metal may react with oxygen to accelerate spoiling and give food an unpleasant metallic flavor. Sardines should therefore be immediately transferred to a sterile, sealed glass or plastic container, according to food safety experts. This maintains flavor, slows down nutrient loss, and keeps air out. You can freeze them if you truly want to prolong their life, but doing so softens and affects their texture. The most effective method: always put leftovers in the appropriate container and only open what you'll consume in the next few days. It's an easy practice that keeps your sardines nutritious, safe, and fresh. The seventh error is to disregard storage guidelines and expiration dates. Contrary to popular belief, canned food does not last forever. If properly sealed and maintained, sardines can last for years. However, they are harmed by heat, sunshine, and moisture. You are hastening the decomposition of the can and the fish within if you leave cans in a moist pantry or in a bright kitchen window next to the stove. The fish's oils oxidize, tastes become sour, and nutrients begin to deplete with time. To make matters worse, any damage might allow bacteria to thrive, rendering the sardines unfit for human consumption. Not all sardines keep as well as others, which is something that most people are unaware of. Compared to those packed in oil, those packed in tomato sauce or other acidic liquids decompose more quickly. This implies that you should switch up the types you purchase. Save the oil-packed tins for long-term storage and use up the acidic types first. It's also crucial to examine the can carefully before opening it. Avoid taking chances if you notice leaks, dents along the seams, bulges, or corrosion. Simply dispose of it. Consider it this way. One of the most reasonably priced superfoods available is sardines. Avoid wasting them. More importantly, don't let inadequate storage put your health at risk. Every can may be kept safe, fresh, and ready to provide you with all the nutrients it claims to. Eating them directly out of the can is the sixth mistake. Sardines' ease of use is one of its best qualities. They are ready to eat once you open the tin. Here's the drawback, though. You lose out on a lot of flavor and variation if you only ever eat them plain. Because of this, a lot of individuals grow disinterested in them very fast. Most people are unaware of how many different uses sardines can have. Consider them an ingredient rather than a snack in and of itself. For instance, mix them with a small amount of avocado, yogurt, or olive oil to create a high-protein spread for crackers or bread. For a Mediterranean-style bite that tastes gourmet but only takes a few minutes, top toast with capers, onions, or sliced tomatoes. They look great in hot food as well. For added taste and omega-3s, stir them into the pasta sauce right before serving. To keep them intact and increase protein, Toss them in a stir-fry just before serving. Sardines enhance pizza as well. Their salty, savory flavor goes well with fresh herbs, peppers, and olives. Additionally, for a powerful start to your day, mix them into omelets or scrambled eggs for breakfast. It has nutritional benefits in addition to taste. Sardines' nutrients are best absorbed by your body when you eat them with cereals, veggies, or healthy fats. For example, eating them alongside foods high in vitamin C, such as peppers or tomatoes, increases the amount of iron your body absorbs. Therefore, eating them right out of the canal is acceptable, but don't limit yourself. Sardines may be transformed into a secret ingredient that adds flavor and nutrients to a variety of meals with a little ingenuity. The fifth mistake is assuming that all sardines have the same flavor. Sardines are often thought of as being similar. They taste like any other when you open one can. However, that is not at all accurate. Sardines' flavor, texture, and quality can vary greatly depending on their origin, packing method, and even the season in which they are caught, much like wine, coffee, or cheese. Consider the waters from which they originate. Because the fish's environment, food, and temperature all affect their flavor, Atlantic sardines can taste considerably different from Mediterranean or Pacific ones. The flavor and bite of cold gator sardines, like those from Norway, are frequently cleaner. Warmer waters can produce richer and softer sardines. The season is important as well. While fish obtained later in the year are fattier and more tasty, spring-caught fish may taste lighter, and that's not all. The taste is drastically altered by the packing liquid. Different flavors are brought out by water, mustard, tomato sauce, and olive oil. For example, sardines from Spain and Portugal that are preserved in premium olive oil frequently acquire rich, nuanced aromas over time. While some manufacturers utilize spiced oils or sauces for an added kick, some even smoke their sardines to give them a flavorful richness. Therefore, don't completely give up on sardines if you didn't like one. It could have been that specific kind. Your experience can be totally transformed by investigating various brands, origins, and pack styles. There is no one-size-fits-all sardines. Entire universe of flavors awaits you inside those tiny tins once you start experimenting. The fourth mistake is using the incorrect tastes when combining sardines. Sardines are brave, tiny creatures. They are potent components because of their robust, savory flavor and abundant oils. They must, however, have the appropriate partners on the plate. Combining sardines with flavors that clash rather than balance is one of the worst blunders. The trick is here. Sardines require contrast. When combined with acidic, fresh, or vibrant elements that balance off the oiliness, their inherent richness really comes through. Consider pickled veggies, lemon juice, vinegar, tomatoes, and capers. The taste of sardines is not overpowered by these intense spices. They sharpen it, adding balance and excitement to the entire dish. Additionally, the addition of fresh herbs like cilantro, dill, or parsley lightens everything with a crisp, clear note. What, then, ought to be avoided? Buttery foods, thick, creamy sauces, or excessively sweet combinations. Typically, the combination of cream and fatty sardines overwhelms your palate with its richness. Sardines' inherent salty frequently clashes with sweet glazes or fruit-based toppings, resulting in an unappealing clap. Let's examine an illustration. Sardines covered in a thick cheese sauce are not as tasty as sardines on toast with lemon and herbs. They are difficult to savor because of their double richness. The secret is balance, not that you can't try new things. Sardines go from fish in a can to a gourmet ingredient that tastes lively, fresh, and unique when you pick the appropriate flavors. The third mistake is washing away nutrition and flavor. You might be surprised by this. Rinsing sardines under water before eating them is one of the worst things you can do to them. Rinsing just removes flavor and important nutrients, despite the fact that many individuals do this in an attempt to reduce fat, salt, or that fishy taste. The oil sauce or brine that sardines are placed in when they are canned is more than just filler. It is a step in the process of preservation. The liquid and the fish gradually exchange flavors and important nutrients including lipids, soluble vitamins, and omega-3 fatty acids permeate into the liquid. The taste that has been developing for months is gone when you rinse them, along with those nutrients. Rinsing sardines and oil causes additional issues. Because water and oil don't mix, the fish becomes slick, crumbly, and less tasty. Sardines with mustard or tomato sauce are no different. The tang and richness that balance the fish's inherent flavor are eliminated during the rinsing process. Sardines can have a salty taste, but washing them doesn't actually make it go away. During canning, the salt does not simply lay on the fish's surface, it is absorbed into the fish itself. Purchasing low-sodium variants or just cutting back on salt in the remainder of your meal are preferable options. In this manner, the nutrition and flavor are preserved. Consider it this way. Rinsing sardines is like reversing months of meticulous nutritional and flavor development in a matter of seconds. Accept the oil, brine, or sauce rather than rinsing it all away. It contributes to the uniqueness of sardines. The second mistake is avoiding sardines due to their fishiness. The idea that sardines are overly fishy is one of the main reasons why people steer clear of them. Sardines, however, are actually fish. They are said to have a marine flavor. The way sardines are prepared, kept, or combined with other foods is the true problem, not the sardines themselves. If your sardines taste excessively harsh or disagreeable, it's likely that they weren't preserved properly. A good sardine should taste clean, delicious, and slightly saline like a fresh ocean breeze. They are just not being combined with the appropriate ingredients, or they are past their prime. Brightening the flavor is the trick, not masking it. Acidic components, such as a tablespoon of tomato sauce, a splash of vinegar, or fresh lemon juice, break through heaviness and give the flavor vitality. The same is true of fresh herbs like dill, cilantro, or parsley, which balance the richness by bringing freshness. Additionally, quality has a significant impact. Sardines packed with high-quality tomato sauce or olive oil tend to taste considerably cleaner and less overbearing than less expensive, subpar varieties. What's even more intriguing is that your taste buds may change. Sardines may taste overpowering at first if you don't eat fish frequently, but you will eventually appreciate their delicate sweetness and depth of flavor. Try various pairings rather than dismissing sardines as being excessively fishy. Serve them with crisp veggies, rub some lemon over them, or mix them into a salad. How fast that fishy flavor becomes something you look forward to will surprise you. The first mistake was discarding the valuable oil. Draining out the oil and throwing it down the sink is by far the most expensive error individuals make when handling sardines. The richest flavor and nutrients are hidden in that golden liquid, so it's not waste. This is the reason. A sluggish exchange occurs when sardines are packed in oil. While the oil absorbs back into the fish also release some of their natural fluids into the oil. When that oil is stored for months, it accumulates lipids, soluble vitamins like D, omega-3 fatty acids, and a rich, savory flavor. It becomes liquid nutrients, to put it another way. By throwing it away, you're losing important nutrients that support the health of your heart, brain, and immune system in addition to calories. Additionally, you're throwing away a complementary taste enhancer that chefs would be delighted to have on hand. What are you able to do with it then? Lots. Instead of using bottled dressing on salads, drizzle the oil over them. Prior to preparing rice or pasta, use it to sauté garlic and onions. Add it to stews or soups to make the broth richer. For a quick snack, you can even dip new bread into it with some herbs and a squeeze of lemon. As an added benefit, the flavor of the oil actually gets a little deeper after opening. It can give your dishes even more complexity if it is stored correctly in the refrigerator for a few days. Sardine oil is just too precious to throw away. Treat it as though it were a secret ingredient. With sardines, who should use caution? Although sardines are among the healthiest foods available, not everyone can benefit from them, just like with other potent food. Some populations should be very careful not to eat them too frequently. People who are sensitive to salt or have high blood pressure. The majority of sardines in cans are packed in brine oil or sauce, which has a high sodium content. Low sodium types are preferable because too much salt might increase blood pressure. People who have excessive uric acid or gout. Purines, which the body converts to uric acid, are abundant in sardines. Moderation is essential for sensitive individuals who may experience flare-ups of gout. Purines may increase the risk for kidney stones, particularly uric acid stones. It's best to consult your physician before consuming sardines on a daily basis. Women who are expecting. Although sardines are far lower in mercury than larger fish like swordfish or tuna, it's a good idea to watch your intake of salt and calories if you eat them frequently because they're frequently canned in oil or brine. Sardines are a great food to eat on a regular basis for most healthy people, but if you belong to one of these categories, moderation is the best course of action. In conclusion, if you treat them properly, sardines are one of the most underappreciated superfoods available. Small errors in selecting, pairing, storing, and cooking cans can be the difference between a tasteless, wasted meal and a potent nutritional boost. Don't let minor mistakes prevent you from taking advantage of all that sardines have to offer. Rich in protein, omega-3 fatty acids, calcium, and vitamins. They are among the most affordable foods you can purchase and help support your heart, brain, and bones. You now understand how to maximize their potential and steer clear of the pitfalls that most individuals fall into. Please hit the like button and subscribe if you thought this video was useful, so you don't miss any further advice on sensible, healthful eating. Do you have a favorite method of preparing sardines, or do you eat them frequently? Leave a comment with your ideas.